Hello YouTube, this is Insane Monster, and we are here for What If Asta Was Dante's Son? Now this is Devil May Cry Dante, and this What If has been picked to replace Dragon Asta via the poll on Discord that you guys voted for to replace Dragon Asta and all that. So it will be taking the free slot in the main What If lineup. Do hope you will enjoy, and before we begin, hit it. Okay, so when we last left off, Asta and his group took care of the business at Saucy Village and were also Asta got to use a new equipment of his, the Vandal of Time. So yeah, while that was going on, there was something else going on the Golden Dawn side, where Klaus, and Mimosa were asked to escort a noble. As Klaus used his steel magic to create a flying chariot to carry the noble, Mimosa and were flying on their brooms. So, as they're flying, they see an odd formation of clouds, which turns out to be what appears to be a group of mage bandits. As they swoop in and try to attack Yuno pulls out the Red Queen sword from his grimoire, using magic to evade and charging up a strong, powerful amount of mana into the Red Queen sword, revving it up as he flies directly underneath two of the bandits, cutting their brooms in half with the sword. As the other two swoop in, grabbing their friends who are falling, and begin the bail. As Klaus looks at that sword, wondering, is that a magic weapon? Where did he get something like that? He isn't sure how to phrase this for a question, considering he's a commoner. But he hasn't heard of anything like this being stolen. If it was, it would have been pretty big news. As the noble that they were escorting was the noble that beat in the entrance exam, he does the same as in canon, requesting that they take a detour to Yuno's village, where the giant skull and skeletal remains of the demon that the first Wizard King took down were. Obliging the whims of a noble, they went ahead, allowing to meet with the father, Sister Lily, and all the other orphans at the church. As they prepare some pot potatoes, because that's apparently all they have to eat, in order to feed and his friends. As Sister Lily was going to get water, the noble put a coat on her that he had. As he walked out, he then yelped as they ran out to find her, only to find that the noble's cloak was there. as he rants on about, oh, how tragic. They must have mistaken her for me whilst he was wearing my coat. As they left a letter stating that Yuno had to come meet them by himself. He obliged, though Klaus did eject. This didn't really stop Yuno, who left before Klaus could really do anything. As Yuno got there, there were two mages. As one was holding Sister Lily, the other one was negotiating with Yuno, demanding his grimoire. As he clenched his fist, the mage holding Sister Lily used magic near her face, producing fire. As he takes his grimoire and hands it over, he smirks as he gives the other mage the order to burn the grimoire, wondering what are they doing. Sister Lily stomps on the flame mage's foot as Yuno goes to try to attack, only for the other mage to begin opening up his grimoire. While this was happening, Yuno's grimoire began to glow, and a section of his grimoire that had chains on the page over the words inside of the grimoire just disappeared. As a light emerged from his grimoire going directly towards him. Glowing gauntlets and boots that had claws on them just appeared on Yuno. As he dug into the ground a bit, about to push off, wind just blared from them as he blitzed right towards the flame mage, punching him in the face, sending him flying. As the other mage wondered what just happened, with Yuno being able to blitz right towards the other mage that had his grimoire, stomach punching him, as he demanded the other two mages that were with him to come out, but nobody came. As the two mages were on top of the demon skull tied up, with a man disguised as one of them reveals himself to be the Wizard King, smirking, as he states, "Now that's very interesting." After getting his grimoire back, he takes a look at the gauntlets and boots he has. These being the Devil Arm Beowulf. As he can tell that his punches have a strong amount of wind magic in them whenever he throws his fist, and now his movement whenever he runs is greatly increased, with the boots also being enhanced by wind magic. Sir Lily thanks Yuno for saving her as they tie up the two mages, meeting up with Klaus and Mimosa, who fill in Yuno that the noble planned this whole thing, as Mimosa used her plant magic to have him tell the entire truth about the whole thing, and various other illegal things that him and his father have done. Yeah, let's just say a noble house just got ruined. As the mission was complete, they reported back to the Golden Dawn's captain about the incident. Given some time, both the Golden Dawn and the Black Bulls were sent a request to go take care of the dungeon that has appeared on the border of the Clover Kingdom and the Diamond Kingdom. As the same for the Golden Dawn goes, this time for the Black Bulls we have Asta, Noel, Luck, and Salem, who as three newbies, being Noel, Asta, and Salem, are being led there by luck. Unfortunately, upon getting there from Finral opening a gate with spatial magic, they see that it looks like some kind of ruins. When they enter, they are in complete darkness, only having a light that Salem is producing with flames to light their way. Until Luck senses the entrance to the dungeon, pushing one of the stones in the wall, opening the door. Seeing the place completely crazy as water is going in directions that physics does not allow. Asta's just amazed, so is Salem, as Asta asks, "How is this possible?" With Noel stating dungeons are basically a high concentration mana area. So it tends to cause some weird effects, and well, as he just looks at a lily pad just flowing through the string that is going upwards, things don't always work like they do in nature in a dungeon. As Luck, unfortunately, finds the trap magic and begins to activate it one after another, causing Asta to pull out the Rebellion and the Demon Slayer sword to nullify the trap magic, with Salem yelling at him, "Are you trying to kill us?" With Luck just laughing, stating, "This is so much fun!" As he sensed something and just bolted away. Asta stating, "Where is he going?" As he just sighs, figuring that there's still plenty of trap magic, he puts away the swords and pulls out Naven, the lightning guitar, as he tries to make the anti-magic bats he can conjure up with this thing. Right after they come out from the guitar, they disappear. He tries it a couple of times, getting frustrated that it isn't working. Salem thinks for a moment and states, "Those bats are made out of anti-magic, right?" As they look at her, and she continues, "Well, this place is pretty much just high-density mana. So, it's probably destroying the mana in the air, like anti-magic does, and then disappearing before getting to your target. Not exactly useful here." Pointing at the guitar. Dying, he just puts it back, taking out the Demon Slayer sword again. As Asta just begins to use it to tap on the ground, in a similar fashion that a blind man uses a stick to tap the ground to get a feel of where everything is, instead just dispelling trap magic. This is where Yuno, Klaus, and Mimosa show up. As Asta's smirking, he says hello to Yuno and states that they got a gold star on their first mission, with Yuno smirking, stating same. This being when Klaus just started yelling, stating, "There's no way that the worst Magic Knight squad, the Black Bulls, especially their newbies, would get a gold star from the Wizard King on their first mission." Being irritated by this, Salem just states, "Oh, and what makes you so sure? The Wizard King gave us the star, and there is proof on it. So, how can you say that?" With him stating, "Because it's ridiculous." With Asta stating, "Oh, you gotta calm down, Four Eyes." With Klaus just getting even angrier. While this was going on, Mimosa and Noelle catch up, with Mimosa looking at her new comrades. She smirks, telling Noelle, "It looks like you found some good people to be around." As he smiles a tiny bit, stating, "Yeah, I guess." As then, of course, and is just getting sick at this, telling them that they should really stop and hurry up and get to the treasure room. As Asta states, "Yes, first one to the treasure room wins." With Klaus saying, "Ha, it would be a simple matter for us. Come, Mimosa." As Yuno makes his wind arc, and Mimosa makes her guiding flower post in order to get a map of the area in order to get to the treasure room faster. While this was going on, Luck was fighting the diamond mages. As Asta, Noelle, and Salem were going through the dungeon finding some weird stuff, like a living treasure chest that opens up just to reveal some organs. Asta instantly shutting it, stating, "That ain't right. That just ain't right." Salem, visibly disturbed by what they just saw, asking, "Who makes this?" Kicking it into the water. As they continue, Nero obviously pecks at Asta's head and then points in the direction that Luck is. As they try to go that way, they see Luck trapped in smoke magic. Asta taking out the rebellion, cutting the smoke magic, dispelling it to free Luck. As Luck states, "I don't need your help. He's mine." As the diamond smoke mage just kind of laughs, stating, "Oh, this may be troublesome. Not sure if I can deal with all of you at once." He begins using his smoke magic to surround them. When this happens, Asta took out Ebony and Ivory, while Salem summoned up. Salem summoned up Artemis. As they begin firing in every direction, as well as Luck, they ain't hitting anything. As Noelle and Luck start feeling off, with Luck realizing, "This smoke, it's weakening us." The smoke maids look surprised, stating, "Huh, seems like you two are less affected by it. I wonder why." As he's looking at Salem and Asta thinking, "Come on, there has to be a way to deal with this. I keep hitting it with anti-magic, but there's so much around here that it's not doing anything. I'd use Neven, but it won't even reach the magic before disappearing because we're in a dungeon." As he's wondering how to get out of this, his grimoire begins to flip pages, revealing a page that has chains on it. As they begin to disappear, a red light emerges, shooting out from the grimoire, landing on Asta's back, as an odd skull appears that has these what look like thorax kind of things from a praying mantis sticking out of it. This being the devil armed Lucifer. Upon looking at it, he remembered what this thing is and what it can do. And considering it has anti-magic, he smirks. Libe, seeing this from the grimoire, just begins to laugh, stating, "This is going to be entertaining." he yells at Salem, Noel, and Luck that he has a plan. As they look at the thing on his back, Noel just shrieks, saying, "Oh, what is that?" With Luck stating, "No, he's mine." As Asta gives him the same speech as in canon, that he has friends and he can rely on them. He doesn't have to do everything alone. As Luck just goes with it, Asta asks him if he can sense his general location, with Luck stating more or less, Asta smirking, telling them to prepare an attack from each of them. Salem charging up some fire, Noelle getting her wand out, and Luck preparing his lightning. He tells Salem and Noelle to follow Luck's targeting, and Luck, don't look away from the area that you can sense him from, since Luck can at least tell the general direction he's in. But the smoke mate stating, is that thing on your back so important that you think it can make a difference? Let's see. As the top parts begin to flip downwards with the spiked lower half of the thorax looking things pointing upwards, Asta reaches back, pulling spikes out of it. As he begins to throw them in every direction, the smoke maid states, "Are you even trying to hit me?" Asta smirking, stating, "Nope." Noelle visibly shocked, thinking, "The hell is he thinking? And why would you tell him that?" As he kept throwing spike after spike over and over in every direction into the smoke, Asta just smiled. As the smoke mate sees this, he wonders, what is he doing? Asta raised his hand, forming it into the position to snap, and with a single snap, all the spikes exploded with anti-magic, dispelling all of the magic around them. Shocked by this, he thinks, the kid does have anti-magic, but I didn't think he could pull something like that off. As Luck, Noelle, and Salem fire off their attacks, as he gets hit with lightning, water, and fire, sending him back. As he is pretty wounded from this, he then thinks it's time to retreat and uses his smoke car in order to get him and his subordinates out of there. Thinking that, jeez, tougher than they look. But it won't be much match for him as we see Mars. Returning to Yuno's group, they're at the treasure room door, not really sure about how to open it from here. This is when Mimosa gets attacked from behind, and it's put out of commission. As they see Mars, they can feel the magic radiating off of him. As Klaus and Yuno get ready, Yuno preparing a dual spell with wind blades and a wind owl. He also summons his new weaponry, Beowulf. As his basic attacks, well, they get destroyed like in canon, but he is able to last a bit longer with Beowulf, boosting his speed and his striking power. With this, he tries to get close to Mars and punch him, only to find it's a mineral clone. As more mineral clones surround him, holding him still, Mars creates a giant mineral sword, beginning to bring it down on top of him, only to have Asta yell out, "I don't think so!" slicing the entire giant sword in half with the demon slayer sword. Landing, he just smirks, stating, "No way I'm letting you touch Yuno." With a smirk, he flips the pages of his grimoire, pulling out one of the more brutal looking swords, being Devil's Sword Dante. As he has it at his side, it opens up, revealing a flame like anti-magic, with Mars just stating, "Out of my way," sending mineral clones only to be destroyed by Asta. He creates more and more as they are being dealt with by both Luck and by Salem, while Noel protects Mimosa with Sea Dragon's lair. During this fight, Salem summons up one of the devil arms he got from Asta, being Arbiter, which is a giant battle axe, hacking and slashing the mineral clones, while Luck is just kicking their heads off like soccer balls. This leading to the fight between Asta and Mars. This time, though, Asta flares his red energy wings as Mars goes up in the air, firing off blades. Asta striking them away, destroying them, going straight for Mars as he keeps attacking. Attack after attack, Asta sliced through it, destroying it, and even sending magic back at Mars. When he gets close enough, he winds up Devil's Sword Asta and slams it into his chest with the flat of the blade, sending him into the water. As he walks up to the water, he's met with Mars in a large mineral golem as he fires off a large attack, only to have us slice it in half. But then minerals begin to protrude from it as it strikes him from both sides. Noel yells out, "Asta!" as Salem and Yuno, who does know how resilient Asta is, considering he saw him get impaled by the rebellion through the chest and walked away from it just fine. Yuno smirked, stating, "It won't be that easy." Before the mineral could pull away to reveal Asta, it just burst as Asta destroyed it swinging the swords, forcing his way free. Stating, "That all you got?" Jumping towards Mars, striking him with the Devil Slayer sword, knocking him out. With Klaus confused about how he's just a commoner, and seeing Asta's jacked as all hell, wondering how long has he trained, how much has he trained, with Salem somewhat blushing a bit as Klaus hurried up and locked up Mars, taking his grimoire. Asta sighs, stating, "Oh man, look at my new black bull's robe, got all messed up." With Salem blushing again, Noel tells him, "You should be, honestly, it's not that big of a deal. Vanessa can fix it when we get back." Oh yeah, as he looks over at Salem, asking if he's okay. Noel just kind of chops him in the head, stating, "Idiot." As they look at the door now, they wondering how they get in. As Luck checks it out, revealing that the entire door is made out of magic, so Asa can get through it. Pulling out the Demon Slayer's sword, he cuts it up, opening it for them to see the treasure room. While going through it, they see a lot of things. And they see a lot of gold, magic items, jewels, everything. Walking around, finds himself drawn to a scroll, opening it up, only for the wording in it to disappear. As Klaus went to check on him about this, asking what's just happened, just doesn't know. With Klaus stating, "Try not to touch anything else. We don't know if any of these items are just more traps." As Asta was walking around, he hears Libe's voice, stating, "Hey, the wall. The one with the gold circle on it." Looking over to the wall, he sees it. Thinking to communicate with Libe, he states, "What about it? The other side of it is something we're going to need." Follows where Libe is telling him to go, as he's asking, "How do you know this?" As Libe states, "You can just feel it. It's like whatever's behind this wall, it's supposed to go to this grimoire." Not really sure what he means, he pushes against the wall, knocking it over, surprising everybody as Klaus states, "Why do you people keep touching everything?" Asta walks in and sees the Demon Dweller sword, taking it. He walks out. Asta reveals another anti-magic sword, with Klaus thinking, "Wait, how did he know that was there?" This being when the grimoire Klaus took from Mars began to glow and shot back to him, as everyone is now encased in minerals. The well got hit, and Mimosa's trying to heal her. Asta, going front and center in front of everybody, sees Mars, as he is covered in a mineral golem again, as well as having a fire spell that's healing him. With Klaus stating he has 2 magic elements. As Mars looks at Asta, he states, "Going to destroy you, and I know just how to do it." Making multiple mineral spikes and spinning blades, firing it off at Asta. Asta, using the new Demon Dweller sword and the Rebellion, his 2 lightest swords, to swing at them over and over again, destroying the blades and the spikes. As everyone's trying to get free, Salem is starting to break the crystals around her in order to get free. As this is going on, Well looks at Asta defending her and Mimosa, begins to say, "Don't you dare lose." One of the only commenters I've acknowledged. So so you can't lose. As her magic goes into Asta's Demon Dweller sword, he smirks, and with a single slash, extinguishes the healing magic around Mars, destroying a chunk of the spikes and blades going towards Asta. With this, Asta is able to blitz right towards him, striking him with the rebellion to knock him out and disable his golem magic around him. This being when everyone is freed. Though, with a final act of defiance, while he's half unconscious, tries to strike Asta while he walks away with a giant mineral sword. This being when Yuno's wind spirit awakens for the first time and just blows, destroying the giant mineral sword. As everything went back to normal, the whole place just shook. Everything was coming down. As they needed to get out of there, Klaus and Mimosa look at Asta, seeing a blade in his side and a spike in his chest. Asta flinching now that he has some time to recognize and actually feel the pain, since the adrenaline from the whole thing has died down. As Yuno hurries up and creates a wind arc, Asta tells them to not leave Mars, with Klaus saying, "Are you crazy? We gotta go! Yuno, now!" As he begins to move, Asta looks back, seeing that Mars is already being grabbed by some of his comrades. He smirks, thinking, "Good. It's good." As like in canon, Luck was guiding them the way out while everybody was firing their magic in order to get rid of the debris that was falling on top of them and, driving. Once they were out, they all were relieved. Until Luck, Klaus, and Mimosa looked at Asa again, still having a spike through his chest and a mineral blade in his side. Asta began to stand, with them just having their jaws drop, with Yuno stating, "It's not that surprising. Isn't the first time I see him skewered through the chest anyways." With Klaus stating, "How is that normal to you?" Asta ripping out the blade in his side and the spike in his chest, breathing a bit heavily, stating, "That is really unpleasant," as the wounds just begin to close up. Everyone still in shock, Luck laughing, stating, "That looks awesome," with Klaus stating, "That is not awesome, that just shouldn't be possible." Going up to Asta, he asks, What are you?" Asta not really sure how to answer that. He states, "It's something I inherited from my dad." Klaus thinking, "Wait, I thought you were an orphan." Asta scratching the back of his head, stating, "I wasn't always an orphan." Klaus realizing what that meant, thinking, "Oh, sorry." As he's heard of some crazy things out there, but this, though, he does know for a fact that there is a over 500-year-old woman that is technically in the Clover Kingdom's domain, so this probably isn't the craziest thing that's out there. Walking up to Asta, smirking, stating, "Still kind of reckless, huh?" With Asta looking at him, smirking, stating, "You think so?" Salem stating, "Well, the wound's closed up now, so you should be all good." Realizing that he still had his clothes all torn up. Blessing again, flinching. Asta asking if he's okay, he just states, I'm fine, I'm fine. Looking at himself in tattered clothing, he just sighs, stating, oh man. As Klaus hugs Asta and, apologizing for looking down on them just for being commoners, stating that he was wrong. As he still looked at Asta, demanding that he get some rest, even if that wound just closed up miraculously. And that whatever that was, I don't want to know. Since he doesn't even want to fathom what's up with Asta to allow him to do that. With Noelle yelling, I still would like to know. As they went their separate ways. After giving the report, Yami laughed, stating, not bad, kid, not bad. Got a new sword and a new spell, apparently. Or I guess it's just some other weird weapon, huh? As Asta smirked, stating, yep, check it. Summing up Devil Arm Lucifer. Pulling out an anti-magic spike, throwing it, and causing it to explode, with Yami saying, don't blow stuff up in the hideout. Salem looking at him, oddly stating, but that happens already constantly in this hideout to begin with. With Yami looking at her saying, you wanna die? With Noelle stating, you definitely seem kind of fearless, Salem. As she looks at Noelle, remarking, it's not that uncommon for me anyways. As she's just figuring out some weird things about her new friends. And is mentally exhausted with today. He just goes off stating, I'm gonna go head to bed. See you guys later. As they wave to Noelle, telling her good night. And everyone else gets something for them to eat before they go to bed. Salem telling Asta, you did really well. And it seems like you unlocked another devil arm. Asta smirking. As he states, I am really glad Klaus just kinda took what I told him at face value. Salem thinking, stating, well, that's probably because there are some oddities in this world to begin with. From what I know, anyways. Asta just nervously laughing, worried that them seeing that might come to bite them later down the line. As they say goodnight and head to bed. Now this is where I'll be ending this What If. I do hope you have enjoyed. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Also, if you want to be updated for all my videos, please do remember that you have to hit the notification bell and set it to all to be notified to all updated videos and pause and community tabs and such. With that being said, thank you for watching. See you guys later.